Welcome to the Retirement's Next Steps podcast. I'm your host, Jill Templeton-Haislip, Global Real Estate Advisor and Senior Real Estate Specialist with Russ Lyon Sotheby's International Realty DeGeorge Partners. This podcast is a valuable resource for retirees looking to connect with industry experts who can enhance your retirement experience. With so many companies, products, and services available, it can be overwhelming to know where to start. Let us help you navigate through it all and find the resources you truly need to make the most of your retirement years. As always, you can join us in person with each of our industry experts for the full presentation every month on the last Thursday at 4 p.m. Our office is located at 16872 East Avenue of the Fountains, Suite 103 in Fountain Hills, Arizona. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get started. Elaine, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you coming in. Now, introduce yourself to everybody who is watching. Tell us who you are and what is your business.
Okay, thanks for having me, Jill. It's a gift to be here again. I am Elaine Kresta with Simplicity PHX Professional Organizing and a place for seniors. So we help seniors. I have, over the past 20 years, been helping seniors decide what the next steps are, and when it comes time to do the next steps, what do I do with my house? What do I do with all my stuff? Or what now? And how do I do this?
I love that. And you were with us last year. Mm-hmm. So this is your second year with Retirement's Next Steps workshop. So Thank you for coming back. And I'm really excited that you've added on this extra portion of your business. So before we get into that, first talk about how did you start the original business, and then let's go into the expansion of that.
The original business started as a professional organizer. My mom had 7 daughters. I'm one of 7 girls.
And where do you fall in that?
I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 3 older and 3 younger.
That's fun.
And she had to be very organized to run a very smooth home. And we learned really early on that just organization makes things go smoothly and are helpful to our environment and help make us happy. So 20 years ago, actually, I started working with an organizer and just loved it. And I thought, you know what, this is the direction I want to go. So I started my own business and I have enjoyed it ever since. And it's really morphed into working with seniors, which is my passion. I love working with people, and it's been super special to work with seniors during this funny time of, what do I do next? What's happening now that I may not need my big, huge home anymore? And I loved it and it served me well, but what do I want to do next?
And I'm sure as we're seeing the baby boomers coming into the silver tsunami, we're seeing that there's much more of a need of serving the seniors. And in most cases, I'm finding, hence the reason why I started Retirement's Next Steps workshop, is that they don't know where to go. They don't know where to find those resources. So we appreciate that you're providing this service for them. So we help with the organizing, making life a little bit more simpler, and now you've added on helping them find that next place.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
It's been really fun to become a senior advisor, and I have spent the last several years going in and out of senior communities helping people when they're ready to downsize and move into some wonderful senior lifestyle community.
Right.
And so I've gotten to know those really well, and a year ago we added senior placement to that, so that, you know what, if you don't want to buy a smaller condo or a smaller home and you decide you want senior lifestyle living in a community, we have been in and out of all these communities. We know which ones have the different specialties, or what, based on what you're looking for, your area you're looking for, what works for your finances, which ones we would recommend for you. And we know the good, the bad, and the ugly, just having spent so much time in and out of them. So
for sure, because you're there not as a, I'm here for a tour and everybody's on their best behavior. You're seeing the ins and outs. And so I think that's a really important part for people to understand, that you're choosing the communities based off of what you're seeing when you're there just doing your job, and nobody is really paying attention to you per se. Not that the communities have anything to hide, but I think it's important for folks to see them in the natural environment, right?
Right. And we're not the salespeople. We're the neutral party. So I'm going to be able to tell you, I would take my mom here. The care there, long term, should she need some care added, it's so well done that I would actually feel comfortable with my mom there. The other thing is it's a free service to people and their families. So there's no, I'm going to pay you and you're going to find me a place. The communities pay us out of their marketing budget. So it's actually a free service to our families.
And I think it just makes so much sense that you added this into your business, so I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about organizing. For most people, that is a very daunting task, which sometimes morphs into also downsizing, right? We need to be organized in order to do that. So give me maybe your top 2 or 3 tips and tricks when it comes to organizing.
I think the first thing we need to ask ourselves is, what is your goal? Are you looking into moving into a smaller place?
Okay.
Or are you just looking into right sizing? Literally, you may move from 3,000 square feet to 3,300 square feet, and it's not downsizing necessarily, but it's right sizing. Or you live in 2,000 square feet, but you find a fabulous place that's 2,400 square feet, and it's just a different kind of living. So figuring out.
I appreciate, not to interrupt you, but I appreciate you saying that, because most people think that when they're right sizing, it means they have to go from something this big to this small. And that's not the case. It's called right sizing because you're moving to what makes the most sense for you. And the National Association of Realtors actually does a study every year, and they find that people really only change about 200 square feet, and that can be bigger or smaller. It doesn't have to be a drastic move for everybody.
It is very interesting. It's very interesting. So downsizing for me, because I've already done it. Our kids.
Oh yes, you did.
When I was 40 and my kids were off to college, we downsized and it was fabulous. Our opportunity to downsize, we didn't lose a lot in space. But let me tell you, I went through and I sorted and I pruned and I got rid of stuff and I kept the things that serve me well. And we have loved the square footage that we have, but we added a pool and some amenities that are like, oh, this is great. Right sizing for us.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's say in this situation we're talking to retirees. So in many cases they are moving to a situation that maybe fits their needs more. The kids have moved out. Same situation as you. What types of things do I want to look at maybe not moving along with me that don't make sense anymore?
That's a great question, because this is the first time in history that 2 generations are downsizing at the same time. So as we're talking about seniors downsizing, or retirees downsizing. There's also people that are my age that are in this sandwich generation that don't want a big huge home anymore and don't want all this stuff anymore. So there's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to tell people is, the first thing you want to focus on is, what are the things that you love and you want to keep? That's what we're focusing on. The other stuff, let's take that out of the picture short term. Let's not focus on, what am I going to do with that? How am I going to get money for it? How am I going to sell it? Let's focus on, what are the things that you love and that serve you well. And you may have 3 or 4 collections, but which one's your favorite? Which one do you want to take with you and display and enjoy and love on? The photo albums to me were important. The photos and the memories, that's important to me. A lot of the other things were not important. And so really determine, what are the things that are important to you, and focus on those and the memories of those. And I took a lot of pictures. You can take pictures of the other things. Nobody's going to take your memories or your pictures.
That's such a good point. Okay.
The memories are in here and in here. Nobody's going to take those from me. A particular monetary item is not going to be what makes me happy long term. There are some things that I want to remind me of those precious memories, but it's not going to be the end of the world if I can't display everything I've ever owned in my new space. It's okay.
And for some people, getting rid of maybe some of those items is kind of refreshing. It's a new start. It's a, whew. My kids finally came and got all of that stuff out of the house.
And this is a note to parents. You don't have to store your kids' stuff. Good news. There are storage spaces all over the nation they can choose from and pay them, or it'll force them to actually look through their things. You do not have to store your kids' stuff.
And you guys can use this clip to play for your children.
Over and over. And I will tell you, my kids got all their things. The only thing I have still are my little memorabilia that I wanted, and I still have the Legos. I will not let go of my son's Legos. I promised him I'd keep them, because guess what? I'm going to repurpose and reuse them for my grandkids.
Oh, that's fun. So I'm sure family heirlooms are probably something that comes up quite often. Sentimental value, how do you work through that? I mean, that's tough, right?
I am going to defer those to last.
Yeah.
We're going to focus on the important things first of what are important to you and what do you want to take with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have specialists in different categories, like train items or valuable different types of art and whatnot. We do have specialists that's their niche.
Yeah.
And our goal is, if you do want to sell something, we want you to get top dollar for what you have. And we have all those resources because we've been in this industry for 20 years, so that we can tell you, these are the people that are reputable,
Right.
that we're going to share with you, so
Right.
that you can get top dollar for the things that you do want to sell. Knowing that many, many, many things of ours don't sell anymore because of there's such an overabundance of things out there now at secondhand stores and resale shops because of so many people downsizing. But
Right.
there are some specialty high-end things that you can get some money for, which is helpful.
Nice.
But we are a boutique service. We are specialized, and we're going to sit with you, and we're going to kind of work on some of that with you. And we're going to do it with you. We're a neutral party, so we're not going to be the kids that say, "Oh, Mom, just get rid of it." I'm not going to do that to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here with you and ask questions and give you the freedom to ask yourself questions and break it down and make it easier.
Nice. Now, some people think that they only contact you when they are getting ready to move. That is not the case.
No.
You can downsize the amount of items that you have in your house or organize it anytime.
We have people stay in their home, age in place, and you can do that. But you can downsize in your home and make your life simpler just by going through the closets, the drawers, the different collections and that type of thing. The garage, the 40-year garage. I'm an expert at that.
We do acquire a lot of things over time, and so it's good to, what would you say? I mean, every few years should somebody look at? Is there a rule of thumb when it comes to that?
You know, they talk about if you haven't worn something in a year, seriously look at it and decide if that's something worth keeping.
Okay.
There are a few specialty items that I still keep hung up, regardless. But the things in the garage, after a couple of years, I go back through and I'm like, I still don't need this, so I'm still going to share this with somebody else that can make use of it.
So I'm going to use this one day is not a good answer.
It's not. In my entire career, I've heard one person, literally one person in 20 years say, "I wish I would have kept that." And if it's something that you wish you would have kept, frequently it's one or two things and you march right out and buy a new one. We're not broke.
There you go.
Most of us are making a decision based on, we're going to go to the next home or whatever, and we can go to the local Target or IKEA or go and buy a new piece of art if we really want to.
Right. Okay. So are you providing package type services? Is it an a la carte? What does this kind of plan look like with you?
I have a 4-hour assessment where we come in, roll up our sleeves. It's $500, and in that we walk through your home, talk about what your hopes are, and then make a plan so that room
So
by
let's get
room.
to work right away, people. Right
we'll
away.
roll up our sleeves, make a plan, so you'll have a plan. I'll email it to you afterwards, and you can take that and go step by step and do it yourself. You could do part of it yourself. You can have your friend come and do it with you. Or I have people say, Elaine, I don't want to do this. So I can come do it with you,
Okay.
or I can do it for you. We actually have hands-on organizers that we'll do the groundwork. You put us to work and we'll do the groundwork for you.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So when is it the right time for somebody they know they're going to be moving into some type of a senior community, so we're kind of shifting gears a little bit. It still comes into play of downsizing, but when is a good time for somebody to contact you and say, I'm ready to start looking at senior living communities? Because I know that sometimes people wait until a crisis has happened. So let's try not to do that.
That's a good point, because it's the same with senior living or making your downsizing choice or choosing when to sell your house. You're not going to hear, I did this too soon. You just don't hear it.
Right.
When you go and see people in senior living lifestyle communities that are having a blast.
And really thriving. I mean,
I
it's
spend time with these
amazing.
people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you think about when you moved in? I hear this 8 out of 10 times. I should have done it sooner. 9 out of 10 times. I should have done it sooner. My own mother, my own mother. My mom said, I am so glad I live in this place now. I love it so much. Daddy would have loved this. So she even said she would have done it sooner had she known how great it was. So it's pretty great. It's pretty freedom living. So now is the right time. Now's the right time. You don't have to make decisions now.
Yes.
Now's the right time to give me a call, give you a call. Let's just have these conversations. We can take you on a tour, go for lunch there, and just dip your toe in the water and see what is senior living like. What does it look like? Or I'm kind of thinking about selling my house, but I don't want to do it in the next year. No problem. You're not bound to anything, but we can have conversations, because what if you take a little tiny step now, and every month you're working on a little tiny step to make this transition smoother rather than overwhelming at the very end.
Yes, I think that's smart. I think a lot of people don't put plans in place, and that's where this whole process turns muddy. And so we're trying to make it very easy. We can work with folks over multiple years. Plus, I think the biggest important thing is that God forbid something happen, but wouldn't you rather have something where you're like, I've started putting these in place and now I know.
Right. We don't want to wait for somebody to fall.
Yes.
Somebody to have an injury or some kind of something to happen to one of the spouses, and then the other one be left with the house. Yeah. It's miserable. It is miserable. And doing these things together takes the load off, makes it easier on the both of you making those decisions, or the person who's lived in their house for many, many years. And it's like, there's no harm in having these conversations now and starting the sorting and the downsizing. It's only going to give you more freedom and more time.
I like that. So what is this tool that you have?
We do have great takeaways. We have, for example, this one is actually a worksheet that you can go through step by step, and then go through it and be like, oh, I can totally do this. I can do a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit the next day. And it's very practical. We have really practical, easy ways to get started.
And I think some people, when they think of downsizing, organizing, whatever that may look like, they're like, gotta do the whole house. You don't.
No, you don't. No.
Newsflash.
No. First thing I'm going to tell you is you want to start with the tiniest, smallest project, even if it's just the junk drawer in the kitchen or underneath the bathroom sink.
Okay.
Something that's so simple that you realize once you take everything out, put everything in groups of like items, and do the sorting, when you're done, you're going to be like, oh, that wasn't too bad. I can do this. And guess what? It won't be as big and daunting of a task to go on to the next one.
Yes, that makes sense. Okay. I think sometimes people get to the point when they are moving and they're like, oh, I can't do this, and they just start throwing stuff away. Yeah. That is not something
I don't want you to do that. Because a lot of the things that you paid money for that aren't of any value to you right now anymore, that's going to help somebody else. So we love to give to the local charities to help the people that don't have as much. And so your leftovers and your extras are actually going to help somebody else.
I think that's wonderful. So where in the Valley do you guys provide services to?
We work all over the Valley, so it's kind of fun. We're based downtown Phoenix. It's such a great location because I get all over the Valley within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I love driving. And I go wherever my gas pedal takes me. It's great.
Okay.
So we service the whole Valley.
Okay. What about maybe for some folks who are listening who have not moved to the Valley yet, but are looking to move here and are trying to get some things sorted to come out here? Do you do any type of online Zoom services?
We do, and that's since Phoenix Valley, the whole Valley here is the mecca of fabulous senior living. We do have a lot of people coming here. Which is why we want all the services. For example, you'd be able to help them find condo living or a patio home or things that are here locally or senior living lifestyle communities. But we can help people over the phone, video, and I'm a member of the National Association of Professional Organizers. So we have boots on the ground of some real experts in other locations that a lot of times can come alongside and help with the paring down and the planning if you need it.
And that's great to have a trusted partner that we can help folks with.
We want that. We don't want anybody that's just has a phone number, 1-800 call me. We want people that are trusted resources going into homes because we want to reduce the risk of any type of fraud. So we want to be real careful.
Absolutely. Are there any other tips and tricks you would like to share, or should they be here in person for the workshop to
Definitely
hear your
come,
presentation?
because coming in and spending time hearing hands-on and going through some of these things are going to give you a lot of help to get you going.
And asking questions.
We're here for questions, and it gives you the opportunity to really get your, elbow grease in there. But my favorite thing that I'm going to leave you with is, imagine going anywhere in the United States and going to a friend's house or anybody else's, and you need to find a spoon to mix creamer in your coffee. It's just an understood that you will go into the kitchen, you'll go and find the flat, longer drawer that has all the silverware, and you will find a spoon in that silverware drawer in the kitchen because you need a spoon. Mm-hmm. And so my quote to leave you with is put like items with like items.
Okay.
Because if you're doing that with the spoons, it's just an understood thing.
Yeah.
You're going to do that everywhere in the house. I know where to find the toothpaste in any home. Mm-hmm. So if you can do that slowly throughout your whole home, it makes your life so much easier. Keep like items with like items and just start room by room, drawer by drawer. That's going to be my little takeaway for you today.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. Go ahead and share your contact information with everybody.
Yes, I'm with Simplicity PHX Professional Organizing, Elaine Kresta at 503-750-8679, and a place for seniors, senior living. And again, it's 503-750-8679, and I look forward to hearing from you. I'm great with just any question you might have.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you for the tips that you shared with us today.
Absolutely.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Retirement's Next Steps podcast. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach me at 303-204-4432 or via email jill@dgeorgepartners.com. If you would like to attend one of our Retirement's Next Steps workshops, you can find the schedule on our website, Templeton-Haislip.com. Make sure to subscribe to Realtor Jill Templeton-Haislip on YouTube and follow the Retirement's Next Steps channel. You can also follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn. Wishing you a happy and fulfilling retirement. We look forward to connecting with you soon.